Since the average American can't figure it out, I'll be explaining how politicians play the living hell out of completely dumb people. Now, there's people out there, and I'm not going to lie, I can be deceived because I've always said, what's the purpose of the word deception if you can't be deceived? It's kind of like a part of the Bible that says, be sure that ye be not deceived. And I always thought, what's the purpose of deception if I could detect it? So you can't tell a person to be sure to not be fooled or tricked. Anyways, last week, Governor Abbott, it was a couple weeks ago, in April, Governor Abbott did this little thing, right? Now, there's this political talking point that people make, but it's not really, if you think about it, it's not really a good political talking point when you really think about it. People will sometimes say, those people need to go, like, if you believe in immigration, why don't you let those people in your house? Why don't we just bus up all the immigrants and take them to all these liberal states, like all these blue states and all these blue people? As a matter of fact, if you're pro-immigrant, why don't you just put a big old flag, on your front yard that says, hey, I'm pro-Mexico? Or better yet, you might remember the argument they were making about people in cages, right? Oh, these poor people in the cages, etc., etc. Okay. The responsibility of the president and the governors and the mayors and ICE and the military and everybody else that is supposed to be protecting this alleged sovereign nation is to keep immigrants out, and if they come in through the legal process. Not, now, people on the right know that, but imagine if they came in illegally. Imagine if you could stand up and proclaim that you're going to build a wall. And then imagine if you keep on able to win political seats off being anti-immigration. That's like building somebody a steel door, but you're still able to get the people in a certain neighborhood where you built a bunch of steel doors to keep the thieves out, able to vote for you because there's a problem with thieves. Well, didn't I give everybody a bunch of steel doors? Well, Donald Trump supposedly gave you a wall, and yet people are still complaining about immigration. So some Mexicans are still coming over. And some of them made it, I guess, to the capital, or Dallas or whatever. Houston, Dallas, Austin, or better yet, Austin, which is the capital of Texas. Governor Abbott played the living hell out of right-wing people, and these people on the right who claim that they so smart, and they sit up yakking and complaining about critical race theory and some of everything else. They sitting up laughing at the fact that Governor Abbott took these Mexicans to a left-wing DC, a blue state. They're laughing. They forgot that at the whole entire time that these people are being taken to a blue state, they're being taken further into America at taxpayers' expense. And I'm going to tell it to you like this. If a sitting governor can sit up there and play you, if he can play your emotions that weak and that dumb, because trust me, somebody who's a psychologist that works for the government, who is in charge of fooling and deceiving the general population, running psychological operations, said, stand up with your mighty righteous finger. Stand up with your mighty righteous finger and says, damn it, I'm going to teach those liberals a lesson, and make sure they, beam the camera in very close to you. And I'm going to take these Mexicans and I'm going to dump them on your liberal porch. There you go, since you want to worry about people in cages. You completely forgot that the right-wing anti-immigration governor is carrying people further in. You just permitted for him, who's supposed to keep people out, to carry people further in. You can't be this dumb. And some people act as if they can say the word liberal 50 times a day, and accuse another person of being woke at least a dozen times a day, that somehow makes them smart. You are dumb as hell. You stupid. And this is what they're going to do with every single political issue. They're going to find some form of emotion that they can appeal to, which is racism and nationalism here. And they're going to create a result in which, at the end of the day, the government and the corporatocracy, which wants this cheap labor and who just wants these new workers, are going to be able to push in and do whatever that they want to do in all areas and in all realms of society. And they will have the appearance that in some shape or way, something in a very righteous way was done to prove to those damn liberals a point. But at the end of the day, you forget a bigger agenda that you're totally against has just been fulfilled. You just got immigrants with taxpayer money endorsed by a right-wing governor who's supposed to keep them out to give a bunch of people a free ride to Washington, D.C., where they will be further dispersed to Miami. I was listening to a video of a woman who was talking about the issue, and she was showing the interviews that were being done with the Mexicans that were getting off the buses, getting off of Governor Abbott's buses in D.C., and these people were just as happy because they didn't have a clue how the hell they were going to get to D.C. They didn't have a damn clue. Anyway, thank you, Governor Abbott, and kick yourself up the butt if you're a Republican and believing that this dude is anything else other than a big, giant corporate shield, man. Governor Abbott playing his general voters like complete abject retards, man. I'm finished.